Crack the ceiling, then I pour up the lean. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. Pack of wood and then I roll up the tree. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good. Crack the Henny, then I pour it up. Then I drink it up, never throw it up. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good today. Make the money, then I count it up. Then I wrap it up, gonna put it up. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling so damn good. Drink the medicine and
or welcome back to our channel.
Hey, what's up?
So today we are doing a topic discussion, I guess. So I've been talking to my friends. I wanted to ask Joe his opinion on this topic. So here we go.
Okay.
So the question is, should a man or woman date someone with the intentions to marry them, knowing that they don't want kids ever?
Okay.
So what you think?
What you think?
Okay. Well, from my conversations with my friends, I think that now being older, I don't think it's a good idea, because I've learned from being with you especially that you can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. So if a man tells you that he don't want kids, that's usually what it means. That's usually what it means. Like, he don't want kids today, tomorrow, or next week. And women think that they're gonna change their minds, and it ain't working out like that. So
Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with it. I do. I think, well, so, like you said, the topic is, should you date a person with the intentions on marrying them, knowing they don't want kids, or they don't want children? I think no. I think it's pointless.
You wasted time.
I think you're just wasting your time and your years and your energy on something that has no point to it. I think that a lot of people, and especially women, and this is on the women's side, I think women have this notion where they think they are the alphas, and they think that I can make a man do whatever I want him to do. I can make him change his mind. I can make him become, a millionaire. I can make him become the next successful anything. I think women have this notion in their mind that they can take a man, and usually it's a younger man, because you really can't change an older, somebody that's older, mature, you're really not going to change their ways. So a lot of women go to these younger guys, right, with the notions of saying, I can work with him. And then what they usually say, that their thought process, I can work with this. Like, it's a ball of clay, and they think they can mold this man into what they want him to be, and it's fool's gold. That's never will happen. You can never do that. I think you can have a hand in helping a person change, becoming a better person or change, but you're not going to change. You're not going to be the actual reason why they change. The reason that they change will be because of them, because they choose to change. And with men, like you said, whatever a man shows you in the very beginning of who they are, that's who they are. Even if they change and become a better version, which hopefully that's what we all shoot for and strive for as men. You become a better version of that person I showed you. No matter what, you're that person at the base of what I showed you. So if I didn't have intentions on being with you, and somehow or another in the next 60 days we together and I didn't have any intentions on being with you, and then all of a sudden now we're together and I don't have no intentions on having no children, but you're started talking about some, yeah, we're gonna have children. That's not gonna make this better, because what's gonna happen is however a relationship starts, whatever footing it starts on, that's going to be the footing and the thing for the entire relationship. So if your relationship starts on a lie, then it's going to be a lie basically all through the relationship. Anything. If it starts with you was the side chick and I had a chick and I started cheating with you and now I'm with you, that's going to be the theme of the relationship. Whether that's what the man do or that's what the woman do, that's what the man is going to do down the line, or if that's what the woman is going to do down the line, it's going to happen. The world is a circle. Everything comes around full circle. So if it's not based on good footing, whenever that particular position in life comes back around, it's not going to be good.
So, do you think that the woman has the right to be upset when she's been married for 5-6 years and she haven't had no kids?
Every person has the right to be upset.
Even if you knew that you want kids. Every
single person has the right to their feelings. You know, whether it's I don't want to say right or wrong, because everybody lives within their truth. Your truth might not be the same as my truth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own truth. And I feel like everybody have their opinion on how they feel. You can be upset, but again, you knew what this was. You will know if I'm a person that wants to have children the minute we get together and do whatever we do, right? Mm-hmm. You would have some idea. A lot of times, the truth is in front of you, dead in your face, and people don't want to face it. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to see it. And that's the only problem about relationships, because sometimes when you're in a relationship, you're so hung up on certain things that you don't see the big picture. You don't see the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You know, so again, if you're with a person and they don't want kids, and they tell you they don't want kids, and they tell you they don't want to have children, believe them. Mm-hmm. They may change. They opinion may change.
And I feel like you might get one of them, but that's gonna be it.
Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say one. I'm gonna say their opinion may change, but it's gonna change because they changed it, not because you made them change.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing. It's not going to be because you made them change. So if you go out and you get this movie star husband that's everything, you know, looks, and he has everything that you want, but he don't have children, and you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to make him have children. You're not going to force him to have children. You're going to force him away. And if he changes his mind to have children, just know it's not because you forced him. You know what I'm saying? It's not because you forced him. It's because it was his decision. And that's like women. Women and men gotta understand. We cannot force another person to do anything. You know? And when I mean force them in an illegal way, a legal way, mentally, emotionally. You can't force anyone to do anything. And I think as long as you understand that fact, that it's a risk that you're taking to be with this person, and he doesn't want the same things you want, maybe you'll be okay.
So then basically you saying that the woman or the man should just settle for whatever the person's giving them. That's what I'm saying,
I guess it sounds that way, but okay, so I'm not saying settle. What I'm saying is, if you get with a person and they're not on the same page as you, they are not going the direction you are, they are not doing the things that you think that you want out of a man, then you shouldn't be with them. It's just that simple. That's it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Because all you're gonna do is sign up for a long life of heartache. You know, heartache, unhappiness, whether it's a week, whether it's a year, whether it's 10 years. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be a lot of heartache. And if you feel like you with a person and you say, okay, I don't want, because I'm gonna tell you, I didn't want children. I'm a good example of this. I didn't want children. I had one, and I didn't want any more. Period. You know, and it wasn't like we had a long, drawn out conversation about this. Like, I'm not having no more kids. We didn't have that conversation. But Hannah knew where I stood, and I guess it didn't bother her. I guess it didn't bother her.
No, it didn't bother you because you didn't stop doing what we was doing. So
that don't mean nothing.
It do.
Papa was a Rolling Stone. That don't mean nothing. All I'm saying is, at some point, I did change my mind about it, and I didn't change my mind because you forced me to, or even you pressured me to.
I'm asking about it.
Exactly. You just took the chance and you did whatever, and I did change my mind about the situation. But what I'm saying is, you took a chance on being stuck in a relationship when you wanted a football team worth of children, and you was with a person that potentially that wasn't gonna happen. So how did you feel about that? Did you settle? I guess that's a better question. Did you settle? Did you feel like you settled?
No, because you know what? I was young, so I had the same mentality. Like, he gonna change his mind, or whatever. Who cares what he thinks?
You just got lucky. You had the same dumb mind.
That's what I'm telling you.
So you had that mindset like, I'm gonna change it.
So of course I was,
So you just thought to yourself like, yeah, he was gonna change his mind. And it took an awful long time. It took an awful long time. Oh my God. You hung in there, huh? Alright.
But anyway, so
you just speaking from experience. You speaking from experience that, I guess, because your situation didn't end up that way.
What way?
Your situation contradicts what we're saying right now.
All right.
It contradicts.
But I had the same. But I'm saying I had the same mind frame. That I'm gonna convince you to change your mind, and that's what women I talk to say.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, some young woman that happens to see this video and listens to this conversation, basically, in the end, all they may get out of this situation is say,
I have kids.
Well, no, they say, well, you settled, or not you settled, but you was with a man that didn't want kids.
I didn't settle because...
And you stuck around till he changed his mind, so I could do the same thing.
I didn't settle.
But we telling the same person that's looking, it's not going to end that way.
I didn't settle because I could not have kids.
No, let's take the settle out. Let's take the settle out. I mean that you got with a person, didn't want to have children, that you probably had the intention on marrying. This is, now that I think about it, this is a good conversation because you are looking into the camera talking to you right now. That's what you doing. You talking to you right now, and you telling you, don't settle. Don't be with a man if you don't want kids. It's best to move on. But you did the opposite.
But I didn't really want kids either at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't date you thinking
this heifer told me she want a big family.
I mean, I did, but it wasn't when I met you in the beginning.
Well, listen, how many people you meet in the first 5 minutes and you be like, we gonna have a huge What's
I mean,
wrong
women
with
do
you?
good. I didn't even think we was gonna get married, so
Me neither.
that's what I'm saying. So
So
I
you
didn't
just sit there, I thought you was like, But according to your words, you met a person and you already then got the whole marriage planned out. You got where you going on the honeymoon and what you gonna name your children. This all after like 2 hours. I'm just saying, right? Oh, okay, all right, whatever.
But I will say that now, but I'm okay. I was 21, so I did think like, okay, well he don't want kids now, but in the future he gonna change his mind, or I'm gonna help him change his mind.
Look at arrogant looking in the mirror,
And
talking about he gonna change his mind. Look at it, see this? You hear this?
And then but now I'm older, and I know that there's no change his mind. I could be a baby mama with no husband and just a whole bunch of kids. But you know, he was a good guy, so. But I would not encourage it. I wouldn't waste my time. I mean, if he tell you he want kids, I wouldn't even. That's like we
both saying the same thing.
If a man tell me that he don't want to get married, what we dating for then? I need to go find me somebody who wants to get married.
But it depends if you want to be married, though, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if I want to get married,
if you want to be married,
I'm dating a man who don't, and I'm dating you, and you're like, I don't want to get married, then what I'm wasting my time for you?
True. Okay. Before you even, in your mind, you want to get married, before you even say, potentially, this is the person that I want to marry, you're supposed to not even say that. Maybe just have it in the back of your mind. Just get to know this person more. His family, him, stuff like that. You might say to yourself, you might be kicking with this dude, and you be like, man, I like this dude. But you be like, ain't no way in the world I'm marrying this dude.
I know.
Like, ain't no way in the world I'm going to marry him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I like him, and we together. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's just, when you dating somebody, that shouldn't even be on your mind yet.
Really?
I don't think so. It shouldn't even be.
Okay.
It shouldn't be in your mind till at least after. If you're gonna think about potentially, this is a person I could marry, right? I think you should be dating this person for a minimum of 5 to 6 months.
Oh heck no!
I said 5 to 6 months.
You said months.
I said 5 to 6 months.
That's too early.
You crazy talking about listen, I'm gonna waste 2 to 3 years with you?
Yeah! We gotta live together.
But listen to what you just said though. In 2 to 3 years.
At least a year then.
That's still too long. Okay. To get to
at least a year. Right. Because within a year, you know his family, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can live together to see if y'all can live together or not.
Don't say y'all could be living together in the year. I'm just saying, y'all might not be living together in the year.
You have to want in order to marry them.
I'm just saying, I just think you should have an idea within the first 5.
Okay, so that's a good question. I mean,
I think within the first 5 months, you should have an idea. So is this person marriage material? That's the word. Not saying you're gonna marry him. You should know if this person is husband material within 5 months.
When I met you, you wasn't husband material in 5 months.
Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't. Keep it real. Not 5 months, you wasn't. You not even in a year.
No,
was you
probably not.
Husband material.
Well, let's face it. I wasn't looking to be married. So
well, okay, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying. But okay.
When they get married in 1 year, so you get married after 5 years.
Obviously, this conversation that we having is contradicting our entire relationship. It's contradicting everything that ever went on in our relationship. But I'm just saying, this is not the norm. This is not the norm of what relationships will end up being or what it is. You can't.
But don't you think it's contradictory because we older now?
No, our relationship is basically a crapshoot. We happen to roll the 11. That's all. I'm saying it's a crapshoot, and we happen to win. That's what I'm saying. We just happen to win. You know, that pot at that time. That's what this is. Now, the advice that we're giving, or the question that we're answering, we're giving our opinion on it. But I'm just saying, if you looked at, because that's the type of person I am, I'm gonna look and say, who is giving me this advice? Because I do it all the time. Who is telling me, well, you should go do this, that, and that, and that, and that. Basically, always, because I'm on YouTube and I hear people telling me stuff all the time, and I'll be looking at them like,
how old are you?
Really? Well, I mean, how much have you experienced? You telling me something which has 3 more layers to it, and you telling me about layer number 1. Mm-hmm. And you haven't even seen 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Mm-hmm. So all you know is 1. And my favorite saying is, people hit their head on the ceiling all the time, because they get to a point where they're so high up there, and then, girl, you should do, and you hitting your head on the ceiling because the people that's above you are looking down at you like, just shaking their head. Mm-hmm. So that's why you always keep an open mind about everything. You keep an open mind because there's always somebody that knows more than you, experienced more than you, has been in your situation, in everything. So the person that's watching us saying, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Me and Jerome over here, who've been together for the last a whole, 35 days, we gonna get married. I don't care what you talk about. This the man for me, and if he don't want kids, it don't matter. I'm gonna stick around here, and we gonna have kids. Okay, it may work for you. It may work for you, but I'm telling you, like I just said, our relationship is basically a crapshoot that we happen to win. What's the odds you think you're gonna win? Better yet, go look at the percentages of how many relationships fail, or how many people end up in divorce after X amount of years. Or better yet, look around you in your vicinity with your friends, your family, and look at the people who's been together the longest, who've been married the longest. See how many it is. How many?
I got to, well, I ain't gonna cut you there.
Yeah, well, see how many people have been married. I personally, and Hannah would say, I don't give marriage advice. We've been married
16, it's gonna be 16
going on 16 years, right? I don't give marriage advice at all, right? What I would do if you asked me, I would tell you my experience, what happened to us, or steps that happened to us. I won't tell you, I won't be like a marriage counselor and say, okay, you should do this and that and that. You know why? Because what I've learned is every individual is different, right? Every couple and individual is different. People love each other in different ways for different reasons. They're together for different reasons, a lot of stuff. And you can't compare you can't compare the actual relationships. The only thing you can compare is the numbers. That's really it. You can compare the numbers. And some people can have been together 15 years and it was 15 years of living hell. Mm-hmm. Some people could have been together and it could have been 15 years of pure joy. Or it could have been 14 years of hell and 1 year of pure joy. Yeah. Like, you don't really know. It's hard. So that's why if a person asks, I would rather tell you my experience and you can take it for what it is, And in our experience in just life, I'm saying that if you get with a man, if a woman gets with a man and that man said, I don't want kids, and I'm gonna flip that, and if you get with a woman and that woman says, I do not want kids, then that is what it is. Now, that man or that woman may go out and have kids with somebody else.
Oh, that'd be so...
But when they tell you they don't want kids, then they don't want kids with you. And that's how you gotta look at it. Yeah, that's how you gotta look at it, So I just try to be real as much as possible. I try not to knock anyone or judge or anything like that. Like I said, we are looking in the camera and we are talking to ourselves. That's what we're doing, because we were those people where I was like, I'm not having no kids. I used to talk about that all the time. And I turned around and ended up having more children. And I'm like, I'm not having no children. Forget that. You know, and I love my children to death. And I mean, I love them, and I talk about them all the time. You know, I laugh with them, I laugh at them, all of it. I talk about them, you know, but that's because it's real life. You know, we ain't trying to sugarcoat, because it's real life.
Alright, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys thumbs up the video, thumbs down the video, leave comments. Make sure y'all are subscribed. We are trying to get to 10K. And we'll see y'all in the next video.
Alright, peace out.
Drink the medicine and spit the flu. Pour up yellow, same color Pikachu. Yeah, the tussin got a nigga bustin'. Pour a whole pint in a bowl of fruit. Then let it soak in with the vodka. Pour a line in a pina colada. By the end of the day, I done emptied the bottle. I'm coolin' the cooler.